Spirit is where your energy is. Mind is where your thoughts are. Your heart is where the place of desire. Your heart is the place of desire. What do you want? And do you really want it? Your heart is also where fear lives. Fear. If fear is greater than desire, desire will take a back seat. Fear will keep you bound. If your desire is there, but desire has to be greater than fear for you to be in motion. Your body, the fourth one, is where motion and action happen. This is where you create in the world what you see in your mind. So when your spirit, where your energy is, and your thoughts and your desires, they are not aligned, you will take no action. This is where people don't take any action. Their mind is confused. Their heart is loaded with fear, no risk. You can't take risk because you don't have calculated risk taking, right? So I'll give you the solution. Again, today, the game plan 2.0, we're covering key 16. 30 keys to unlock success is the journey I'm on in my academy. Okay? Game time, this is the game plan 2.0, is that game time is now. It's not tomorrow, it's not yesterday. It's now, it's today. If you don't show up for that future, the future doesn't show up. If you don't show up today, every day, today, I've written about this before. If you don't show up for your future doesn't show up for you. Okay? And key 16 is show up fully. And the fully means your spirit, right? Your place of energy, your mind, your place of thoughts, and right? Your heart, your place of desire, and your body, your place of action. They all have to align. When they're all divided, your spirit is here. Your thoughts are there. Your heart's desire is here. Your body is there. Nothing happens. Nothing happens for that future. So you find out people are showing up in places, they're investing physically in places that will not support their dreams. They say they want something, right? You want a skyscraper life. You want legacy. Oh yes, I want this, I want that. Dreaming. Continue dreaming. If you don't move yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, if you don't align your emotions, your thoughts, your body behind everything you say you want, nothing happens. You don't achieve the success. Success, I've talked about intentionality. Success requires focus, commitment, consistency, intentionality. The only way you can bring those four things together is if your heart, your spirit, soul, mind, body wants it, desires it, has the information, and drives in that direction. Can you imagine driving a car? You know that when you're driving a car, sometimes your mind just goes off briefly and then quickly. Your subconscious takes over because you are skilled in driving. Imagine running your life, driving your life where your subconscious is not present. That's why people end up in the ditch. You don't arrive at the destination. You don't arrive. You can put in the GPS, I'm going to California. But if your body, soul, mind doesn't hold that car and stay conscious, people end up in the ditch, right? People end up where they didn't intend to end up, right? Because to arrive in that destination requires full focus. Your body, your mind, your thoughts, you'll be reading the signs. When GPS says turn right, if you don't think turn right and control your body to turn right, you turn left, you'll miss road. This is what's happening in real life. When I say show up fully for your future, I mean your place of energy, your spirit. Okay, what your ideas are. Your heart, your spirit is where ideas drop into your heart. It drops in. Ideas of what you could do, the life you could live, right? It drops in. Everybody has ideas in this world. Children have ideas. You have vision, your place of vision, your spirit, the things. I've talked about this. It's one of the keys for success. Vision is the picture of your destination. Vision is the picture of your destination. Your desired destination has an image that you can see and you know. But people don't show up. If you don't show up for that vision to create in the world, an architect will have a vision of a building. An architect to capture it, own it, draw it out, and then hand it to a contractor. Your vision, your destination needs to be written down, right, as a guide to the actions you will take. Your vision, your destination needs to be, you need to be able to view, you need to believe it. You need to bring it into reality, because if an architect doesn't believe what they see in their mind, they will never draw it. And if they don't draw it and write out what it looks like, they can't communicate it to the, how it's going to be built. So it doesn't exist. So again, 4 things. When I say fully, those who align their spirit, their place of energy, those who educate themselves. So what happens is your thoughts. If your thoughts doesn't align behind your idea, it's because you've not educated yourself. And when you don't educate yourself, guess what happens? Fear. Fear is the presence of lack of knowledge. Because the moment you know, the moment you believe, the moment you acquire skill, the moment you can see, fear goes away. Fear goes away when you know what you need to know. Imagine you want to be a doctor. Once you study what it takes to be a doctor, you will step into, and you practice it, you step into that role with full confidence. So people are lacking confidence. You are lacking confidence because you don't know what you need to know. You've not studied, you've not gone to school, you've not learned what you need to learn. And when you don't learn, you will be afraid. And when you are afraid, you'll be limited and you don't take action. Your idea sits in the spirit, as it has a sense of possibility. But when you wrap it up with a sense of impossibility, it doesn't happen. That's why in Christian faith, we talk about have faith. Faith comes by hearing, meaning the message, the truth, the knowledge that you will acquire, that you have to feed yourself, will yield faith for you. But if you are missing in knowledge, lack of knowledge, people perish for lack of knowledge, lack of knowledge, it will yield you to fear. Right? Fear appears when you don't know what you're doing, when you don't know where you're going, when you don't have the skills, when you're confused. It leads to confusion. And confused people do not take action. Okay? And the place of the body is where action, right? Action needs to be aligned to purpose. And when people haven't invested in knowledge to lift up their faith, to have a sense of possibility, to have courage, to have confidence, even at a minimum, please expose yourself. Expose yourself to people who are successful so that it will build your sense of possibility. When you see other people doing what you want to do, there's something that happens to humans. We learn by seeing and by doing. We learn when we see other people run their race. We can observe. We are humans. We observe. We take in, right? We believe. We test it out. We develop ourselves. Once you develop yourself, you can now do what you observed and what you trained yourself. So humans actually have this ability to train themselves for success. But here's the key. You refuse to train yourself. You refuse to read the book. You refuse to show up to classes. You refuse to do the work. You refuse to acquire the knowledge. You refuse all of that. What happens? You sit in fear. You sit in fear. Because if you want to go to a place you've never gone before and you are missing direction, how do you're going to embark on a tough, only courage, only those who want to take risks. That's why they'll tell you fail fast, fail fast. And I will tell you learn fast, learn fast, learn fast. Because you fail at what you do not know and what you've not trained yourself to achieve. So again, the Game Plan 2.0, 30 Keys to Unlock Success. This is a success coaching program in my academy, toyinumesiri.com. It's the Entrepreneurship and Success Academy, because to build a successful business, you first need to build a successful mindset. So it's a supporting program in my academy, and the 10-week business accelerator program is available at toyinumesiri.academy. Here's the key. Let me apply this to entrepreneurship, what I just taught you. You have an idea to build a business. What are your thoughts towards that idea? So your spirit, you have idea. You've carried the idea for 5 years, 10 years. It's sitting there. It's not growing instead. Okay? It's sitting dormant. What are your thoughts? In your mind. So in your spirit, the idea for the business is there. In your mind. Okay? In your mind, your place of thoughts. What are your thoughts towards that idea? What do you know about the industry? What do you know about building a business? What have you educated yourself on about that idea? Listen, if you have an idea, everybody that innovated, it started with an idea. Okay? The Wright brothers that believed humans could fly, that invented the aeroplane, it started as an idea. They studied aerodynamics. They studied to see the sense of possibility of bringing their idea to life. They worked, they built, they took action. This is the differential. This is where many people start at the same starting line and you start seeing the divergence, right? Why? Some will take action, some will be left behind. Because if you leave your idea behind, you are left behind because that idea is supposed to propel you and others into the future. The idea you're carrying is supposed to propel your life, your children's life, your community's life into the future. And only those people who do, that's why we call them innovators. They woke up one day with an idea. They studied everything they needed to study, whether it's physics, whether it's sciences, right? They loaded themselves with incredible knowledge in support of that idea. And they did the work. They had a desire and they did the work. They used their hands to build that idea. This is how things happen. This is how things happen. This is how you make things happen. Just sitting with an idea, the idea eventually dies and rots away. You could have a brilliant idea to save the entire world. If you don't align fully behind that idea, if you don't align your mind, if you don't subject your mind to learning, to studying, to acquiring knowledge behind that idea. You have an idea to build real estate, to have a real estate empire, and you don't learn the real estate industry. Nothing. If you don't work it, nothing works. If you don't show up for it, it doesn't show up. You have an idea to buy real estate. You have an idea to do this. You have an idea to do that. You have an idea to do this. Great. Get to work. Study to show yourself approved. Get the books. Go to the community association meetings. Get closer to the people that you can learn from. Excuse me. There is no innovator in the world. This is the differentiator, guys. Those who innovate because they give their mind, energy, everything they've got, they put it to bring that idea into life. They studied their way to success. They took action to create, right? Their hunger led them to take risk. They dedicated their energy, time, they focused, they committed, they were consistent, they showed up for that idea. When you don't show up for your idea, the idea doesn't show up for you. And the idea is a seed. It's a seed that becomes a tree that yields fruits that you and the world is supposed to eat. And when you don't show up to plant the idea, to study what you need to study, it dies as a seed. It never grows. This is what's happening, guys. Remember, the game plan 30 keys to unlock success. For you to unlock success in your life, you've got to show up fully for that future every single day.